All right, so here we go again. It's been a few days, though. Definitely been a few days. See if I can get my internet working on the other devices here so I can see what the hell's going on. Fuck it, whatever. Oh, shit. Killed everything. Oh, no, there we go. All right. Let me get the screen out. Let's see. Check the internet. What the fuck? Yeah, the only one that seems to work these days is my cell phone. All right. Shitty internet connection aside. Put chat on this thing. Let's see. No, it's got that. All right. Well, that comes up. You know what? Let's do this. Because I really want to see what the hell I'm doing while I'm doing it. Let's do let's connect to that shit. If it even shows up, man, it ain't even showing up. What the fuck? I know no one's in here anyway yet. All right. Let's try this again. All right. There we go. Let's make sure we're getting an echo here. All right. There we go. Yep. All right. More of this exciting bullshit. This is actually getting interesting. This stuff's getting good because, now we're into employees. Not that, it's not exciting reading about people's experiences from that night, but nevertheless, it's a nice little change of pace to hear from the employees of the Mandalay Bay a little bit. Trying to figure out what the hell's going on with that. Let's see, is Detective Jax, Force Investigation Team. Also present was Sergeant McDonald. All right, so we got some heavy hitters in this one. Special Agent McGaney and Wynn Resorts attorney. All right, so it's gonna be a Wynn Resorts. What do you call it? A fucking casino host. So this ain't gonna mean nothing. But for some reason they felt it did, I guess. All right, so let's see. Detective Jax conducting the interview. All right, he's the one asking questions, I guess. Person being interviewed is blah blah blah. Date of birth, social security number. Don't care. It's being conducted at the Wynn Resort in the office area, wherever the fuck that is. Who cares? Let's see his shift hours. Swing shift. All right. Sunday also present is the attorney for I'm guessing for this guy. This guy lawyered up. What the fuck? Why did this guy lawyer up? I mean, Wynn might have lawyered him up, but that's weird. Let's see. Sure. Let's see. I'm the attorney for blah blah blah. I'm guessing Wynn Resorts. Yeah, it looks like it might say Wynn Resorts. Not for this person. For blah blah blah. Representing. Sorry about that. His name is blah blah blah. Whatever. Let's see. And also, why did they blank these out? Let's see. Sergeant McDonald, Resorts attorney, Special Agent McCaney. Why'd you blank his name out down here? It's like someone's like not really proofreading these when they're blanking, doing the redactions, which is kind of interesting. I guess that's why a couple things have snuck through, some names and shit like that. But um, that would have been Special Agent McCamey, I'm guessing. which is kind of creepy considering McCamey is an interesting name out there during Halloween time. Let's see what the Federal Bureau of Investigation and Sergeant, let's see, Detective Jerry McDonald, Las Vegas Police, that everybody, okay. First of all, I'd like to do just have you describe what your responsibilities are. I take care of reservations for all sorts of guests, high end, low end, medium end guests. And I take care of room reservations, complimentaries, restaurant reservations, show reservations, pretty much anything can go on at, I'm guessing, Win and Encore. Yeah, probably Win and Encore. I'm here to assist with, be your point of contact when you come in and visit. Shit, man. I got a buddy who works over there. I wonder if he's doing this stuff now. Okay, and how long have you been doing that? About 6 years now. Let's see. Okay, 6 years. You've been doing that. Have you been doing that the whole time with Win? I'm guessing it has been. Yes. Okay. Don't know why they're redacting Win here. I'm guessing that's what that says. This is the first company I've worked for moving out here. Okay, you moved out here from, who knows? You mentioned that before as we were talking. Okay, when you are assigned, you talk about the two different levels of assignments. How is that you become assigned to a specific patron person comes to visit the hotel? We meet them on the casino floor, and then once you get introduced to them, I'm sure it sounds like mafia shit. It's crazy how much that shit still fucking lingers. See, I'm sure you know other hosts might be doing it as well, but you have to bring them in on a trip to get assigned to them. However, there's other instances where casinos might leave and go to another property. Then that person might get reassigned to another casino host as well, which would be another way of getting, kind of assigned to somebody. But mainly, you have to book a trip for them with comps or anything that to get assigned as their designated host. All right. Let's see. Fix this here real quick. Huh. Is this fucking up? No? It's just fucking up on my end. I think. Yeah, it looks like it's fucking up my end. Huh. Yeah, whatever. Let's see. Okay, so then that lens. What the fuck? This guy fucking this cop have a stutter? You have a supervisor or somebody that's over you that helps you with those assignments, or is it strictly once you're at whatever, you take care of all that? It's a reassignment that he usually gets reassigned by my supervisor. But if you're just booking a trip, that gets assigned automatically. Okay. And you don't need any approval for that. Okay. And so if who you're hosting here wants to go to another hotel, do you go with them or just stay on the property here and work with them? Stay here. I wouldn't, I don't assist with any other room reservations across the strip. Okay, all right. Fuck. Captain Obvious. Yeah. What the fuck? Okay, all right. Um, this guy, is this like the fucking B squad, the rookie team? So what we'd like to do now, let's go into the relationship you have with, let's see, I'm guessing that's Stephen Paddock. Start with how was they first became attached to him and to know him. I met him about a year into um, whatever that is, and he did have a previous host before me. But that host did leave the company. All right, so you're in. He's worked there about 6 years, so about 5 years. Been a host with this guy about 2012. All right. But that host did leave the company to work for another company. And then I got reassigned to him at the time, who my, department head was at the time reassigned me to him so he could continue getting the comps and treatment that he gets when he comes in and visits. So I didn't, it was like a reassignment basically. It wasn't something that I reached out to him on the casino floor and then booked a trip like I mentioned earlier. I didn't get assigned. But in this instance, the other, I guess, host, I don't know why I fucking redacted that shit, but left and he needed another host, I'm guessing. We just reassigned at that point in time. Okay, now when with your reassignment to him, are you still then assigned to other patrons, or are you strictly his bitch? No, I have numerous people I take care of. Okay, close to about 2,000. Wow, shit, fuck, big business. Okay, so when you were reassigned to him after a year, that you were here, you mentioned you've been here about 5 years. Is that what you said? No, it was about maybe 2 or 3 years into the host working, I'm guessing. Okay, about 1 year into, yeah, okay. So the total amount of time that you have been has been how long? Maybe about 5 or 6 years. All right, so that's what I said, about 5 years. So yeah, about 2011, 2012. Okay, so you've developed a relationship with him. Of course I did. I mean, that personal working type relationship. I wonder if he was being a smartass there, because that sounded like the reaction to a smartass comment. Of course. Ah, and that then would be a normal course of your responsibilities with all of your patrons, not just him, but with all the patrons that you have. Of course, yeah. Um, I was there when he needed to come in and visit and take care of anything that he needed around the resort, and I was his point of contact here. So then, going with globally all of the people how does that work with your working them? That is your contract. What the fuck? How does that work with your working them? That is your contract, and it's a question. Whatever. And honestly, that's just to help us understand that, because I don't think anybody in here understands how that redacted. How is it that you? How is it that you then help that person? Are you on phone call? Are you at their side? How does that work? How can you fucking live in Vegas and not understand how a fucking casino host works? God, fuck, man. I live in California. I understand how that shit works. I mean, it's not fucking rocket science, dude. Son of a bitch, man. This guy's a fucking moron. Um, I mean, he legit sounds like he doesn't fucking know. How can you not fucking know? You fucking live there, dude. I mean, you don't talk to your neighbors. You never walk into a casino and talk to anybody. I mean, what the fuck, man? He's got 2,000 people that he's dealing with by himself alone. Just his fucking, that tells you there's a lot of people out there that have casino hosts fucking attached to them. Everybody know what comps are in Vegas and all that shit. What the fuck? How can you not fucking know? Anyway, whatever, man. Maybe the cops out there don't make that much. They don't fucking get to deal with that. Let's see. We're not at their side at all time. You obviously take calls when they come in, or if they want to come in and visit, they call you and text you and email you. Whatever way they communicate with you, that's where I come in and I take care of what they need. Whether it be if they just come in for a show, or come in for dinner, or come in for a night stay or a week stay, varies on every guest. But that's where I come in and make all those things happen when they want to visit. So you don't have to worry about anything. It's all done when you get here. Okay, okay. more stuttering. So let's go back to, if you can remember, the very best that you can, to the first time you met him, with him, and tell us about him and how the interaction was, and the assignments or any other things that you did that first time that you met with him. Let's see. Sure. When I reached out to him after I got reassigned to him, I just introduced myself. I did bring him in for a trip and kind of got to know him a little bit. Just my first encounter with him, I did notice that he wasn't the most personable guy. Okay, there's something. He was kind of an introvert, if that's a good way of putting it. And he kept to himself when he visited, and he didn't have a girlfriend at the time when he first came to the resort, or when I took over. That wasn't the first time he's been here, but the first time I, started interacting with him. He didn't have a girlfriend at the time, and he was just, just kind of kept to himself. Did his gaming when he's here. He enjoyed gaming a lot, and I was here to take care of, all the reservations and comps before he left. Okay, so when he came, was he considered a high-end roller, or low-end, middle, or how was that? He was high-end when I first took over as well. That's interesting. Huh. I don't know. Whatever. And what constitutes them becoming high-end? What do they have to do? And again, that's my ignorance on our part to understand where they get to that point, which is what I want to know. Let's see. If you're losing, close to about 10K plus per trip, that's kind of when you start becoming a high-end guest, where we're going to, reach out to you and make sure you're well taken care of. Some of lower-end guests, we might not get a chance to meet every time they come in, just because there's so many people that we deal with. But the hiring guests, we do try to reach out and make a point of, especially, face-to-face contact while they're here. Go to the casino floor, meet them, see how they're doing, and that's what I did every time he came in. I was always, taking care of whatever he needed. Shit, is this shit frozen? This shit's frozen, isn't it? I think this shit's frozen. Huh. Is this shit frozen? No? Guess not. No. Just for some reason on my other system, it is froze the fuck up. Huh. That's weird. YouTube's fucking with me. Let's see if I get this back up and running. No. Nah, shit's frozen. Huh. That's interesting. All right. Well, continuing on. I want to get through this fucking thing. I'm tired of this thing. Let's see, I am on the right page. Yeah, okay. All right. Let's see. Okay, so at going back to the first time that we were talking about anything, I guess non-specific, those things that you mentioned, had you do anything out of the ordinary that he'd had you do? No, never. No cocaine or hookers, I guess. What the fuck? Not over the years I've taken care of him. He's never asked for anything out of the ordinary. He's always pretty easygoing when he came in. He did this, we had a certain level of play at any time, and he was pretty consistent with that. Never asked for any, specific special treatments or anything like some high-end guests do. He did his gaming. I comp based on his play accordingly. He was pretty easygoing customer, and if he was losing, he had a credit line established here. He would always pay his markers back on time, and he's kind of like the perfect customer if you're a guest host, for a good way of putting it. He was, never had any issues or arguments, or he was, never had any issues or arguments with him. I'm sure it sounded better in context, but yeah, broken ass sentences. Never complained about much, when it came to gaming or losing or anything like that. I mean, yeah, does that answer your question? Sure. Okay. Absolutely. So, as I hear what you're talking about from the very beginning up till we haven't talked about the last time you had contact with him, that you're talking about what the fuck that he was during the whole contact, he was that way. Okay, so he's asking, was he that way the whole time? Very much easier way of saying that. Okay. That he was all those things that you just described. What the fuck, man? The fuck is this rookie's problem? Holy shit. This guy can't talk, man. All right. That he was all those things that you just described and don't need to go back over them. So let's going to the middle of all that. I like to ask some specific questions about that. Let's see, would be, were there ever times in all the association that he had you arrange or that you knew that was arranged for him to have prostitutes? Why the fuck do you talk like this, dude? Is this your second fucking language? The fuck, man? The Holy shit. All right. So he's asking if you ever had prostitutes. Fucking real simple. Did he ever fucking ask you for prostitutes, man? It's a simple way of asking that question without that entire fucking barrage of fucking bullshit. Let's see. Never had that encounter or discussion with him on any visit since I first met him. Okay. What about drugs? Never asked for any. Okay. I love it. He says, yeah, never asked for any. Like it's fucking normal, which I'm sure it is. And I don't know if he would actually say he gave a dude drugs anyway, but anyway, whatever. Never asked for any. Okay. And he never really drank much on the casino floor. So this is a guy. This is a guy. This is a guy that works for Win. He's a Win casino host. Win came up, said he never. I mean, he was very sure about saying never had a sip of alcohol or beer. Never drank. But according to your fucking host, yeah, he drank, bitch. So I don't know. I don't know what the fuck Wynn's problem was with that fucking interview. Let's see. That was my next question. Yeah, is alcohol? Yeah, I never seen him overly intoxicated. He may have had some drinks here and there, but I've never encountered him on the casino floor where he's, heavily drunk or anything. He's always pretty coherent when he's gaming, and he's always just kind of keeps it his own. He's just very easy to deal with on any given time. He was here on the property. Okay, so he's out here on property. Are you on property when he's on property? Fuck, dude. You kind of fucking answered that question already. I mean, generally, yeah. I mean, here, except for Sunday, Mondays, except for certain times when I come in on my weekends. Right. But he's usually making trips on Thursday, Friday, or Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That's interesting. It's an interesting little fucking thing there. He comes in Thursday, Fridays, and Saturdays usually. Okay, so how most people do, they come in on the weekend, or sometimes he might come in during the week because he lived nearby, so he might have more frequent trips than most guests. Yeah, I was usually here on the property when he came in. Okay, now going back to the beginning when you said he wasn't, he didn't have this current girlfriend with him. Yes. Okay. Did he have anybody with him besides her? No. I mean, you just said that she wasn't with him, with somebody else. Nah, there wasn't. So he's by himself. Correct. Okay. During that time, and I want to talk about the girlfriend here in just a second, but during that time, she became part of the picture. Was there ever was there ever anybody else around him that you saw that he conversed with or met with? Nah. Ate with anything. It was just him when he came in and gamed or gambled, and I just took care of what his needs were back then. Okay, and just briefly, so I understand, so everybody understands. When you say he pays his markers, what does that mean? Fuck, dude, you haven't seen a. Well, I guess you said so, just so everybody understands. Because got to know what that fucking means. You guys arrest these fucking dudes arrest people for that shit. I mean, it's actually illegal for people to skip their markers. Anyway, so he does have a credit line here on property. People use that to draw markers from, meaning like they take money out of their line and then they gamble with it. And if he were to be losing at the end of his trip, he'd always have whatever outstanding paid back in a timely manner, which is, I believe, 6 months. I believe. Okay, so usually we usually give customers within a month um, to pay back anything. Oh, okay. See, I thought it was 6. One of the interviews I saw said 6. Let's see. I see. So there was never. Maybe it's 6 months and it becomes criminal. Let's see. So there's never an issue with him not paying those back. Never. Okay. And he does have lines at other properties, and we central checks, meaning that we can check to make sure he's not outstanding anywhere or anything like that. And he's usually pretty good at paying everywhere. Okay, paying back everything. Okay. So what that tells me is, if it is in fact a month, and that is the way this works, I guess, from what this guy's saying. I forget how much in the fit report was said he paid back to casinos. Let's see. I'm gonna go look that up right now because I'm actually curious. What's the fit report on this shit? Oh fuck, it's not even up anymore. Uh, let's see if we can find this out because I'm actually curious before I forget about this. What we're looking at here. Ah shit, it's gonna take a while to load up. At least it looks like it is. Oh man, Apple sucks. Fuck Apple. Um, yeah. So anyway, fuck. There it is. Okay. So here we go, real quick. Let's see if we can let's see if we can actually screen share this and do this the right way. Let's see. Let's go to tab. Let's go to fit report. Let's put that on the screen. All right, we're on the screen. Let's go skip down a little bit here and see if we can find the money. If I can remember where the hell it's even at. I think it's after the guns. I believe it's after the guns. All right, so there's the guns. All right, so it should be right after the guns. Let's see. We got lock interrogation, nonsense. See, DNA nonsense, digital browser artifacts, Google search queries, Bing search queries, evidence from Dell laptops, cell phones, telephone numbers, financial nows. There it is. Over $600 was paid to casino. So this motherfucker, approximately 1,300, was associated with Danley. This fucking guy gambled $600,000 in a month. I mean, this dude's saying anyone over 10 grand a day is a high roller. This fucking guy, $600,000 in a month. That's that's pretty substantial. That's a lot of money. All right, so let's go back to this. All right, let's see. Did he ever talk to you about issues with money or owing somewhere else? Never. Anybody else or anything like that? Never. Anybody else? Like fucking any random people just come up and tell you that guy's complaining about money? Um, let's see. Just always never an issue paying back if he were to be losing at any given time. Okay, now let's talk about this. The girlfriend. Um, when do you remember the girlfriend coming into the picture? Her name being Mary Lou. Yeah, okay. This guy already knows. When do you remember her coming into the picture? I would say about halfway between our relationship when I met him, about 5, 6 years ago. I'd say give or take about 3 years ago, I'd say. Okay, and tell me about when you first met her, and talk about her now through what are you saying, dude? What are you saying? Speak fucking English, dog. Okay, tell me about that. When you first met her, and then talk about her now through what you know about her. It's like freaking grade school shit. Oh, this is stupid. Um, I mean, just say, dude, like, was she different when you met her from recently? Or, I mean, that's what it sounds like he's saying. I can't even freaking decipher this shit. Let's see, sure. I don't know a whole lot of her background personally, but when he brought her in for the first time, I remember introducing her to me and saying, this is, I mean, I don't know if the person transcribing this is fucking up or it's these people fucking up because even that sentence right there doesn't make any sense, right? I remember introducing her to me, so you introduced her to yourself. That's whatever. See, and since that first encounter, they were always usually visiting together. He never really visited by himself since she came into the picture. I thought, well, the other dude said that he traveled by himself, so I don't know. That's weird. Let's see. They usually played side by side when they were on the casino floor. They were just always seemed compatible together and seemed like they always had a good time when they came in. That's all I really know about her. I don't know her whole history, meaning like her work history or anything like that. All right. I just know that was his, new girlfriend. And, when I first met, and that's pretty much it. They were always together every time they came out. Okay, when you mention they were playing side by side, I mean they're each playing what kind of games and how are they doing that? They both oh my god. They both playing, was she just watching? Okay, I see what you're saying. All right. Were they both playing or was she just fucking watching them play? They were. No, they were. Sometimes it was him playing, but she might be playing also. But if they're on the casino floor together, they're probably playing side by side. Or she might just be watching them, just kind of varied on any given time. But they generally played video poker. That was a predominant game. And they don't really mess with slots or table games that much for either of them. All right. So they did do some table games. I mean, just throw your money down a red and see if you fucking win the last minute. Let's see. Okay. And besides casino floor gambling, did you see them together anywhere else in the hotel, restaurants, bars, rooms, whatever? Never. I mean, I've never gone up to their room to see them. Yeah, that'd be creepy. But I set up, restaurant reservations for them frequently. Set up show reservations for them. Other than that, I mean, I did go to get spa treatments and salon treatments, but I didn't go up there to actually be up there with them physically. But I assisted with most of those reservations. So you weren't giving massages out? What the fuck? You're in the wrong line of work, home. Let's see. Okay. Did you ever have a time where you spoke with Mary Lou, I'm guessing, alone, where you just had a convenient, just casual conversation or whatever with her? You ever hit on her, bro? You ever hit on that shit? You ever try to tap that shit? The fuck? Not that often, no, because when they were on the casino floor, they were usually generally together. Yep, you weren't gonna move in on that. Not feeling it. Let's see. Maybe just like set something up for dinner, something like that. But there's never anything memorable or anything to bring about that she would be discussing anything with me. So, okay, from the time she came into the picture, they were always together. Is that what you're saying so that we understand that? Correct. Yes. Fuck. Not everybody stutters in this world, homie. Let's see. And then when you made arrangements for them with other places, restaurants, bars, whatever shows, um, they were doing that together then, correct? Okay. Now with her in the picture, from that time till current, and we'll go at that here again. I feel a really bad sentence coming on. We'll go at that here again in just a second. Were there ever any times there was somebody else besides, I guess, Mary Lou? Okay, that's what you're saying. Not to my knowledge, you didn't see anybody like that. It was always just the two when they came in, and I set up their suite for them, and that was pretty much for over the years since she came into the picture. So he's not going to talk about the family. I wonder if that's what he's baiting here. See, he starts talking about the family, the kid that said he went into the wind and ran into his uncle or whatever the fuck he is, and they asked him to stay the night. Creepy ass uncle. Okay, now your relationship with him, just a little bit. Let's go into that. Going back to the pre whatever the fuck, whatever. I can't even fucking speak English anymore. Let's see, conversations, casual conversations that she had with him, discussions, whatever. Just what your relationship was like and what you talked about. Hookers, prostitutes, cocaine. Let's see. Sure, I didn't get too much involved with his personal life. I knew what he did previously when I first kind of met him. Knew he was retired and he made pretty good money doing investments and whatnot in the stock market. Really? From what he told me. Is that what he's saying? That's interesting. That's interesting. Other than that, I never really went to dinner with him that often. He just kind of stuck to himself. He didn't really want to. He wasn't very personable. He wasn't very personable. That's the best way to put it? He was a little bit of an introvert, I would say, when I first started talking to him and taking care of him. And I just kind of left it at that. He just kind of came in, did his thing, asked for stuff, around the resort that I could assist him with. That's where I kind of, came in and took care of those items for him. But in regards to like, I don't know, oh God, I don't know, no if, like what political side he's on. I don't know any of that, honestly. I never really got to know him that in depth, but I just knew that he liked to come in and game on video poker, and I was there to take care of anything that he needed on property. Okay, that's my main responsibility with him. And because of circumstances of why we're here, did he ever talk to you about guns? Did he ever say he was gonna like shoot up places and shit? This guy ever say he hated fucking like country people and he just wanted to shoot a bunch of people? I mean, did he ever fucking tell you? Did you know? Anyway, nobody ever says anything about guns from what I've read. Let's see. Never did he ever. I don't know. He had. I would have. Never even thought he knew how to fire a gun. I mean, just be honest. Just the way his mannerisms are, and would have never thought of that in a million years. Okay, ever talked to you about explosives? What? Never. Anything like that. Okay, you mentioned nothing. He didn't talk to you anything about What the fuck? Oh my god, reading this is fucking brutal. He didn't talk to you of anything. He didn't talk to you anything about politically. What the fuck are you saying? Holy shit. Oh my god, someone needs to open up dictionary. Oh my god, what are they fucking recruiting over there, man? They're supposed to be good cops over there. This is definitely the B team right here. Let's see, never outside of the political thing. Do you ever talk about other countries or associations or anything like that with other countries or anything like that? That is an interesting question. That's if that's on the cop's mind. I wonder what put that there. Let's see. Didn't really talk about current events. Okay. We discussed video poker, how he's doing, if he's hitting jackpots or whatnot. But we kind of it was like a work relationship. I mean, I didn't get too in depth with his personal life or anything like that. So he kind of kept it that way. So I kept it that way, and it was just a very work related relationship. Okay. I didn't see him outside of work ever, and he never really requested to hang out outside of work or anything like that. And I just his point of contact here at Win mainly. Okay, I don't know if this is part of your responsibilities. You could help us understand that. So he comes here and he's here for a certain amount of time and he's gambling and he's winning or losing, whatever. Let's talk about when he's winning the money and he goes to cash out. Are you part of any of that when he goes to get his money if he wins to leave? What the fuck? This guy just runs a casino by himself, right? This dude's like the cashier. He's the fucking payout man. He's fucking everything. He fucking brings him little drinks and fucking was it the big shrimps and shit like that, man? I mean, he does it all, man. He fucking even works the fucking restaurants with him. What the fuck is wrong with you, man? You should know better than that. You live in fucking Vegas. What the fuck are you asking stupid questions like that for? Um, no, that's done by our operations team in slots, and they handle all the markers being distributed and paying back. If you do win, we usually request you pay back your markers first if it's above your credit line. So, like, let's say you're down. Now, that's actually an interesting answer to a stupid question. Let's say you're down 50,000 or something. You win 100,000 jackpot. We're not gonna give you 100,000. We're going to say get the 50,000 back and then you get the 50,000. Okay, so that's generally done by the operations team. I just manage the comps, the reservations part of it. He just sets up he's like they're like glorified real estate agents or not real estate travel agents. They're like glorified travel agents. That's all they are. Okay, and then when he leaves, does he let you know when he's leaving? We usually set an established checkout date. I mean, there's sometimes where he extends for whatever reason. He wants to stay a little bit longer, try to win some money back, or if he's winning, he might stay longer. But I mean, yeah, usually he'd be like, I'm checking out tomorrow. Usually review everybody's comps before they check out the night before because I'm here in the evening. I'm not here in the morning. So usually all my guests, I say, when you're leaving the night before, get in touch with me and let me know if you're leaving, first and foremost, and then we'll go over your bill and kind of go from there. Okay. And then how would he, again, this is going into your personal association with him. there's no personal association with him. Let's see. How would he pay you, or did he? What the fuck? Oh my god! What the fuck? Fuck is wrong with this dude? This dude just like transfer from like Florida or some shit. Does he not know how casinos fucking work? Um, how would he pay you, or if he did at all? I mean, the city is a city of tips and gratuities and all that kind of stuff. Did he do that with you? Never. No, we can't accept tips here. Jesus, man. He makes money off the gambling, dude. There's plenty of YouTube videos out there. You could see this shit. He makes some money off of how much the dude loses and wins. Well, yeah. I mean, I think I kind of went over that in another video, man. But yeah, basically, dude fucking wins. You know, they go off of, I believe, what is it? How much money he puts into the fucking machine, period. So, like, to my understanding, this is how Vegas works. It's not how all casinos work, especially the ones in California work a lot differently. But to my understanding, the way the casinos here in Vegas work is they get a percentage of everything gets dumped into a machine on somebody they brought into the casino. So whoever their person is that they set up there, their host, gets 10% or whatever. I think it was like 10% of whatever the money that they put into the machines. So if a person, doesn't matter what they win, a person puts in $100,000, they come out with $150,000. They gambled only about $70,000 of that. That person gets 10% of that 70 grand because that's what they gambled. If they put that whole 150 back in, off $70, they won 150 grand, and then blow it all, go down to zero. At that point, it's $220,000 that was put into that machine. And at that point, fucking the person gets 10% of that $220,000. That's my understanding of how that shit works. And it's not paid directly by the fucking person. That's not how it works. Let's see. As I'm guessing Win host, casino host probably, has a policy about not. Oh no, it's something else. As a casino host, it's probably Win has a policy of not accepting that, and none of the I don't know do. But I don't know. I don't know how he was tipping jackpots. Normally, it's a standard practice. If you hit a jackpot, you give tips, but I wouldn't be able to answer how much he's tipping or if he's a big tipper or small tipper. That'd be something that operations would probably know about in slots and operations. So, did they interview slots? I don't think they did. At least we don't have it. So that's, yeah. And again, yeah, the lawyer probably wouldn't let him. That's that's on the great understanding for me is to understand that. What the fuck are you saying? So you don't get anything from him personally, correct? And let's see. I'll ask you personally. Was there ever a time that he gave you something you kept? What the fuck? Like what, dude? Fucking rocks in his shoe? What the fuck you talking about? Never. Okay. All right. So you're so that we understand. Your salary or pay or whatever you receive from, um, I guess, Steve is strictly from Win. I don't know. Whatever. It's redacted. Who cares? Let's see. Correct. Okay. Very good. So now let's go into. Let's not, dude. Just end it. Fuck, man. Come on. Your fucking questions are fucked up. Let's see. The last association that you had with him. And if you can remember dates, that would be great. And how that day went, or that stay, or whatever it was. And I want you to be really descriptive of how the trip was, or whether he called you to book it, or you called him, the trip, that type of thing, and just walk us through the whole time that the last time that you that you had. The last time that you had. The fuck, man. Idiot. Let's see. Sure. Guarantee that guy voted for Biden. Let's see. Sure. Last time I saw him um, was, I believe, the last weekend of August. And we had a slot event going on that weekend. We had a slot tournament, which he participated in. He called me to say he had interest in the event, and I booked him for that weekend, and he actually placed in the event. So slot tournaments are stupid, fucking stupid. You can watch these things on YouTube. There's a couple of little videos. People snuck in cameras on these fucking things. They're fucking dumb. Slot tournaments are just fucking retarded. You basically, they give you a certain amount of money, or I don't know if you throw your own money in, but you know, you got a certain amount of credits to play. You just hit the fucking button as fast as possible, and whoever comes out the biggest winner wins the fucking slot tournament. But basically, it's a bunch of people with fucking carpal tunnel, fucking hitting buttons like they're fucking, you know, they got a Tourette's problem. It's fucking crazy. It's stupid. It's fucking dumb. It looks like a cult celebration when you see that shit happening. Let's see. He won. I don't remember the exact amount of cash, but there was an amount that he won, and I took care of his comp for that weekend. Nothing really, out of the ordinary. It was just a typical visit for him. He didn't act any differently, didn't mention anything, and it was a pretty standard trip. Looking at uh, back all these trips, there was nothing really, out of the ordinary, on that particular weekend that I can recall. Okay, but he did contact me to make the reservation. Okay, I'm guessing Mary Lou with him during that time. I'm guessing, yes. Okay, they're probably calling her Danley. That looks more like Danley than Mary Lou. Okay, and any conversations or whatever interactions that you had with both of them during that, other than what you were talking. I mean, I'm gonna give that to the fucking cop. That's probably the fact that they missed a I don't know, whatever. I can't even think straight anymore. Yeah, they fucked that sentence up. Is there anything else? Nothing on a personal level. No, it was just kind of taking care of stuff while they were here, like with reservations. But anything beyond, the work, conversations, there wasn't really any of that. Okay, it was just part of their nature. They were always just kind of kept to themselves. Anytime they came in, they weren't very personable people. That's just a blunt way of putting it. It was just a work relationship between both of them and me. You weren't hitting that, really? You weren't hitting that? Let's see. Okay, and you during that trip, was there anybody else with them besides I guess Mary Lou and him, Danley being together? No, you never did see anybody with them together. Hmm. If they are unable to get a hold of you, let's say stay in the weekend, was there ever a time that they weren't able to get a hold of you, that another host, I guess, had contacted them while they were here during that tournament? They're like fishing for this guy's fishing for something. I don't know what he's fishing for. I don't get it. He's fishing for something because he wants something. Um, because that's just a weird question to ask. That's odd. Either this guy really is fucking dumb as it seems like he is, or he's targeting towards something. Because that's a weird question to ask. Let's go to staying with that weekend. Was there ever a time they weren't able to get a hold of you, that another host, I'm guessing, had contact with them while they were here during that tournament? Why is that weekend so important? Why do they give a shit? about that weekend. I mean, I kind of get the Caesars host that maybe the Caesars host might have called them because he actually kind of heard some shit from his buddy who worked at the MGM. But this one, and the FBI's in on this. I mean, what's going on with this? Not for that weekend, no. I was here and I was available. Okay, but I don't know if they might have spoke to any other, I guess, hosts on duty. I mean, who have a something office, redacted office. Why are they redacting this stuff? He might have stopped in there. I'm not too sure. But I'm usually here in the evening, and he usually, comes to me for any requests. He doesn't go to anybody else. Okay, Jerry McDonald, do you have any questions? I do. Operator, this Jerry McDonald talking now. A lot of these have already been asked and answered, which is great, so I can get through this pretty quick. You've already talked about gameplay a little bit, mostly video poker and slots, no table games at all. No, not slots, just video poker. But you said he came in for a slot tournament. You fucking idiot! Unless it was a video poker tournament. Whatever. All right. Moving on. Video poker, yeah. Okay, let's see. We already talked about that a lot. So the different tournaments that he would come here, mostly slot tournaments. So he played slots, or just was there any other type of tournaments he would come into town for? There was giveaways as well. Giveaways where you're an X amount of points, you get X amount of tickets, and then you put the tickets in a drum, and then we draw them one by one for prizes that were given away, usually cash, free credit prize. This guy's a freeloading piece of shit. This dude just driving to town. Hey, give me that free fuck motorcycle. All right. So did he ever win anything big? Or he has. Last year he won. We had a luxury car giveaway. He won a car. But he didn't take the car. He took the cash prize. Didn't want a Cadillac. Didn't like the caddies. And it was probably roughly around $9,000 or 90 grand, I would say. And then several months after that, there was another giveaway where we were just not giving away cars, but we were just giving away cash and free credit. And he had first place in that one as well. I want to say that one was at least $150,000 in cash. Wow. All right. So this guy does win. Okay. Next question I want to ask. I know you mentioned that he really didn't associate with anybody. It was just Dan Lee that was with him. Yes. That relationship felt really quick. I mean, you're in the people business, right? So you assess, like Jerry McDonald's actually fucking intelligent with these questions. So you assess people all the time. What was your assessment of their relationship? Was it a lovey-dovey? What was it? Were they touching and affectionate with each other? How would you assess that? I didn't see a whole lot of affection. Let's see. Anytime I was dealing with them, I mean, I did set up dinner reservations and show reservations with them, but I didn't really see them. Like, arm in arm. Like public display of affection, all the time. I didn't see any of that. But I mean, they seemed like they liked each other. They didn't seem like there was anything out of the ordinary in my eyes when I dealt with them. But in regards to all that, public displays, I didn't really see a whole lot of that. I wanted to ask if like Mary Lou drank. Like so far they've been saying, but I guess he was kind of generalizing. So I think he's kind of saying they both didn't really. But he was talking about Paddock earlier. He's talking about drinking. Let's see. Did the thought ever cross your head that their relationship was more like business and less kind of personal, or did it ever cross your mind? Wow, that's a bombshell question. That is a crazy fucking question. Why would you ask that question? You're a conspiracy theorist? What's wrong with you? That's a crazy question. All right. Never know. I just figured that with the kind of personality he has, that was just kind of maybe normal to have that kind of relationship with him. Right. Sometime around August 2017, I think he mentioned he was here for a tournament. Okay. So that was a couple months before. All right. Yes. Any recollection of a woman named what? Redacted. Oh, shit. That he may have had interaction with. There's some sort of lead that's led us to believe that somebody named Redacted may have charged some like expensive candles to, I guess, his room or something along those lines. Does that ring a bell to you at all? It does not. No, not for that visit. No woman named whatever at all. No. Didn't come back. No. Okay. Wow. Okay. Wonder where Jerry McDonald got that fucking information. I wish that wasn't redacted. Son of a bitch, man. Eric was fuck. I wonder how many what 3-digit name maybe? Maybe 4? Fuck. Son of a bitch, man. Some expensive candles. Um I guess to his room or something along those lines. Huh. Didn't come back. Let's see. Okay, but not just for that visit, but any other time. You know that? Not to my knowledge. I mean, he's a very frequent guest. Probably here once a month. Over the years I've dealt with him. I mean, it is. Is it? There's at least 100 trips I can remember dealing with him. But I can't remember a redacted off the top of my head. But if somebody was in the hotel and they were in one of those boutique shops and they wanted to purchase something and charge it to his room, is that something you necessarily would know? I wouldn't know about that, no. And they would have to be a share. They have to be a share with on the room to room charge. So I mean, there's instances where guests visit, like people that I take care of. I take care of just booking you. Let's just say, then your buddy comes with you, or whoever comes with you, and you can add them to the room after check-in. I would never even know about that. So off the top, dealing with reservations, I don't recall a redacted, being there for that specific weekend or any other weekend. That's interesting. I didn't even realize this, man. I mean, I figured this guy would have all the fucking information, but since he's the one's got to sign the check at the end of the fucking thing, but you know, um, that's interesting. That's an interesting question there. Okay, I got one more question. Let's see. Do you, as I'm guessing a host, I don't know why they keep redacting shit. Do you maintain any type of records on any given hotel guest that you're assigned to? We keep records on their red card account, which is a system that we use to track all the comps and everything. I make notes on each individual account, like things they like, and mainly it's just the amenities they like. Some of our high end guests, we provide amenities when they check in, and it's hard to remember everybody because we deal with a lot of people. But that's where most of my notes are left on accounts, and I don't keep a personal sheet or anything like that on him or any other guests. It's mainly their actual account. And those notes are probably entered into some sort of hotel database or something. Yeah, it's in our internal system here that we use to manage our comps for our guests. All right, let's see. You got it. And you've already asked the question about tipping, so I can get rid of that one. I guess the last question for me is when you found out, and I don't know when you found out that I guess Stephen Paddock is the man at the Mandalay Bay who attacked all those people at the concert venue. What did you think? I just couldn't. It was totally left field. I mean, I first saw her name and picture show up on TV when I was watching it on the news, and I just couldn't put it together. I was like, I mean, I think what the fuck? I think know her, but it's just you see stuff on the news all the time. You just never see people that you know, or I haven't personally, or especially what the fuck, or I haven't personally, and especially something like this magnitude, and I just I couldn't believe. Okay, whatever the fuck that means. Let's see. Once I put it together, I was like, I think I know that, I'm guessing Danley. It sounds so familiar. And I know that face. I think she's always with, Stephen Paddock, most likely. And I just couldn't believe that this is even, I was like, what does she have to do with all of this? I mean, just couldn't wrap my head around it. And it just, I'm still flabbergasted to this day about it because just never would have thought in a million years that either of them could have been capable of something like this. That leaves me with one more question. Where did blah 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 redacted indicate that he was from? Steve Paddock, I guess. I mean, he'd indicate he was from Las Vegas, Reno, Phoenix, Mesquite. Yeah, he indicated to me he lived in and was from Mesquite. Okay, that's a good question. I didn't know about any residences that he had. He never talked about his kids with you at all. What the fuck, man? What the fuck? Paddock has kids. I mean, what the fuck, dude? This is the second time they've asked somebody about Stephen Paddock's kids. Oh shit. Okay. I didn't know he had any kids. Okay, all right. That's all I got. What? Come on, dude. Come on, give me some McDonald. Just say it, spill it. Um. Oh shit. That's crazy. That's just crazy. Sorry, I'm hearing some noises outside. Not sure what that is. Anyway, that's fucking crazy. Dude's got kids. Who knew? Where's Paddock's kids at? Or are we talking about Mary Lou Danley's? I don't know. Sounds like when he says he ever talked about his kids, doesn't sound like he's talking about Danley's, especially not if he's only been in a relationship with her for 6 years. I don't think you start calling her your kid. They're not married. Whatever. Just a couple others outside of your responsibilities as host. Did you ever have any other association with him or meet up? He already told you the answer to this, you fucktard. Go to dinner or anything like that with him? Never. No. Yeah. For the second fucking time, you dipshit. Um, turn your fucking ears on. I never met with him outside of work. Besides a few slot event functions that we had that included dinner, I never went to dinner with him or Danley. Personally, when they visited, they always wanted to go to dinner by themselves. Okay. Oh, what I like to do. Fuck, shut up, dude. Just shut the fuck up. Let's see. What I'd like for you to do is compare him. You've talked about him being very just almost a recluse when he comes here. Compare him with what you do with somebody that's kind of the opposite. Because really, what you painted a picture is somebody that's just essentially really boring. What the fuck? Oh fuck! Taking care of them, obviously, what you're doing, and what do you expect, dude? Like, what do you expect? Like fucking Roman orgies and shit like that? You had to clean up the slime on the fucking windows after you had fucking orgies. I mean, what the fuck? Bukkake fucking gangbangs and shit. The fuck were you expecting? Let's see, taking care of them, obviously, what you're doing, and a very good job of that. But what are some of the things that are different about him that you're talking about compared to somebody else? God, dude, just spit it the fuck out, dude. Spit it out, dude. Was he different than anyone else? Was he fucking different? It's not that fucking hard. Um, we mainly just was mainly just his personality. He just like he just liked to keep to himself. Is just the best way to put it. Never really asked for me to join him on anything. In return, I never really asked to go with him on anything. And there's, on the flip side, there's guests that when they come in, um, they want to go golfing. Let's see, with you here at the Wind Course. I'm guessing. Top Golf, whatever the fuck it's called. Uh, make point, hey, one of these nights when you're here, we're gonna go to dinner, because you become friends with these people and they enjoy your company. But I just didn't feel that with him. Never really invited me anywhere, and I just left it at that kind of relationship. But there are guests that, yeah, anytime people come in, for on the flip side, like that are more personable, and I do go do things with them, mainly on property. I just never did that with him or Danley. I'm guessing really didn't jump in on them orgies. Let's see. Okay, and that would he ever come here without making contact with you first? Generally, no. I mean, there might have been an instance where I might have been on vacation or something, but I would say 9 times out of 10, he's calling or texting me to come in or emailing me. Okay, the red car info that you mentioned that Sergeant McDonald was talking about. Is that something that we would be able to have access to? I'm not sure. I don't know. We'd have to. Let's see. You want to answer that? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the answer. Okay. Let's see. Okay. All right. Gary, do you have anything? Let's see. Operator. Special Agent McCaney. You're a fucking retard, dude. You're a fucking idiot. Just a couple things. So oh my God, stop talking. Stop talking. Oh, so you said that you talked to him a little bit about personal things because this has got to be like the only person he interviewed, and he's all excited because this is his time in the fucking limelight to prove to his fucking sergeant that he is actually worth his shit, and he's fucking it up. Okay. Because you understand, you knew what he used to do. What did he tell you he used to do? Yeah, when I first met him, I asked him, you know, where are you? Obviously, where do you live and all that stuff. He told me Mesquite, and I was like, what do you do? And he's like, I'm retired. I made, money doing stock market investments and whatnot. And I just kind of left that at that. I mean, if someone's retired, I'm not going to question, yes, what their work history is, after that. He was a great player. I looked at his history before I even reached out to him and introduced myself, but that's just kind of where I left it, when I first encountered him. Did you guys ever discuss any previous relationships he had had? Did you ever talk? Did he ever talk to you about other relationships that he had with his family or friends or other women, anything like that? Never had conversation with him, and like the previous whatever that he had, he never really talked about that host either that much. He was just very easy to deal with. I mean, there's no other way to put it. I mean, anytime he came in, he just didn't ask for anything out of the ordinary. And he was just this guy just wants this shit to end. Easygoing. But I didn't know a lot. I mean, besides just that he's retired and how he made his money, what he told me. That's pretty much all I really knew about him. I didn't know a whole lot about his history. Okay, so, and again, we're gonna ask you the same question over and over again. I think they covered that, but this dude, man, I wonder if this dude's like an interrogator or some shit. Just ask the same question over and over in different fucking ways. I think they covered that, but nothing relating to politics that seemed odd to you. Yeah, not to my knowledge, no. Or you guys never discussed any religion or any strange ideology that you might have had, anything like that. You never discussed any of that with me. Did he have anything out of the ordinary that you would have thought was maybe quirky or relating to his mannerisms or anything like that? In other words, some of the things that we had heard was that there was potentially a germophobia issue or something, anything like that. So they already talked to Danley. What date was this? Did you see anything that you would think you would know mentally or behaviorally? Behaviorally would be askew or odd. No, nothing to allude to what has occurred. He was just an introvert, like I mentioned. He has, a way of dealing with everybody here when he came in and visited, and he has a way of dealing with me. Not just being as personable as other people might be when they come in and visit. I just, looking at it in total, I never had anything where, an alarm would go off and say, hey, this is kind of weird. But it's just he just kept to himself. Fuck, this is a long one too, man. It's kind of fucking stupid and pointless. Let's see. I mean, just one of those. I don't know. I can't really how else to put it. He ever lose his temper or get angry with you? Never to me, no. And even when he was losing, never shouted profanities or anything. He knew how gaming worked. You win, you lose, and he understood that. Yeah. And I've never seen him get upset with us or what about, okay, well, that was my next question of the patrons. Yeah, you never seen him get angry or upset with any. Okay, dude. I've never had any record of anything where someone's brought to my attention, like, hitting the slot machine or video poker machine if, you're losing. I've never seen anything like that ever. Had anything brought to my attention from the operators team where they're like, this happened last night, go talk to him. It's never been a situation like that where he's been too upset to that degree. Okay, other than I'm guessing Danley, was there anybody else in the casino, even another patron that you could think of? You already answered this question. They may have hung out with or associated with. It sounds like what you're saying is just kind of the two of them. It's exactly what he's fucking saying, you dipshit. You fucking moron. Um, yeah, it was him in the beginning, and that was for a couple of years, I would say. And then she came into the picture when it was always two of them together. Let fucking McDonald talk, dude, because you're a fucking moron. Um, and from the time that you met him to the end, did you notice any real changes, notable changes in his behavior? Never. It's always pretty consistent. Every visit he's here, you know what to expect. He's gonna keep to his own. He's gonna do his gaming, and that's pretty much it on any given visit. And again, he never. And again, fuck. Just shut up, dude. Just shut up. You're done. You failed. Um, he never brought any family members or friends or anything other than anything, friends or anything other than Danley. You're calling her a thing now. Are you misgendering Danley? Um, you don't know her pronouns. Let's see, anyone other than Danley to your. I mean, I've been dealing with him for 6 years now. I mean, I can't remember every single visit, but I would say the majority of the visits were with Danley that I can remember. And I don't remember setting anything up for anybody else. I think his brother might have visited one time, but I don't know the exact time and month or anything like that. We can look that up in the report and figure out where the fuck that was, because the fucking nephew or something said he just finished school and was heading over there. Let's see, it's all right, or was there? Let's see, it's all right. So you think his brother? Let's see, I think his brother might have visited. I just can't remember the exact time though. It's probably, I want to say, maybe a couple months ago or something, or a year ago. I really don't know. I think it was like a year before or something like that. Might have been earlier that year. I don't remember. Uh, I'd have to look at his trip history. The Yeah, at some point the brother did visit him at the Win. Let's see. Do you remember meeting his brother and talk with him? I didn't meet his brother. No, you didn't. You didn't meet him. You didn't meet the great Eric Paddock with the famous saying, "Fucking go fuck yourself," or whatever it is. Go fuck off and die. The famous Eric Paddock saying. Let's see. No, but it's nothing out of the ordinary. I mean, people come with family all the time, so I don't think anything of it. But I think he did visit on. He did, but I think he did visit not numerous times. But I think there was a time where he did come and visit. Anybody else you could think of that may have come with him, or that you can recall? Not off the top of my head, no. I don't have anything else. Thank God. Okay. Uh, Wait, which one's CJ? Okay, so oh God, they're all getting. I'm getting confused on who's who here. Just kind of going off that little bit right there. Again, going back to his red card stuff. If there are other people with him, is that something that you document that they're in there, that they're part of his party or whatever like that? I usually set up the main guests on the room that we're comping or setting up, the initial reservation. But they bring, if they're with a group or a bachelor party or whatever the case may be, I don't know every single individual that they're, yeah. Uh, but in his case, he's not going to be with the group, right? Yeah. It may be, one other person, right? Would that be something you might document? I just put the reservation in his name, and I mean, it's usually him and Danley. Anytime they come out here, the majority of their visits. Question about Danley again. Fuck me. It's a never-ending fucking interview, man. Do you know how she came into the picture? Did she just show up the first time, and that's how you met her? And did he describe to you at all how they met, or why she was there, or anything like that? Just say, man, she's an FBI agent. Let's see. He never described how they met, what they're. I mean, I knew his girlfriend. Okay, but I didn't know how it came into the picture or anything like that. He never really discussed that with me. Why would he? And let's see. This next question is it? Fucking hey, dude. Oh my god. Just one more question. He said just one more question, like half fucking 3 pages ago. What the fuck's wrong with you? And he means derogatory. So you, with him, it appears that you're describing to us that he really wanted to be left alone. Of course, yeah. Fuck. Did you get it this time, or are you gonna ask this fucking question again? You're telling us that it's just really that this. You're telling us that it's just really that the space you gave that you give. What the fuck kind of question is that? Okay, let's do this again. Let's try and get through this. And this isn't this next question isn't any means derogatory. So you, with him, it appears that you're describing to us that he really wanted to be left alone, and it was and you're telling us that it just really that's the space that you gave. Fuck. The fuck. It's like a bad interpretation of a computer. I wonder if that's how they do this stuff. They don't actually have somebody writing this shit down, typing it up. They just have a computer that just goes through it and does speech to text. So that's what it sounds like, man. That sounds like bad speech text. Um, of course, yeah, respected that. I mean, some people just they don't maybe want as much company when they're here. I don't know. I don't know what their way of thinking is, but I just respect his boundaries. I took care of what he needed when he needed it, and if he called me, I'm definitely answering the phone. Because he's for high end guests, you're doing that, right? Making sure you're available 24/7. So, but it's just yeah, I just respected that, and that was just our work relationship here, and that's how it. Okay, and they're asking, and that's how it plays in you. That's oh my god, that's how it plays into you being then being able to have him as one of your patrons for that many years, right? Because of that respect, and that's how you build that with everybody you host, and every one of them you're explaining to us. There's a difference in each one of them that you're dealing with. Correct. Okay, who's doing the interview now? Um, Playing Jeopardy here. Okay, that's all I have. Jerry, do you have anything else? No, sir. Why are you calling him sir, dude? You're the fucking guy. Sir, I wanted to give you. Do you have any questions? Okay, operator. This is the end of the interview. Thank God. We're just you want to just pause it. Okay, just a moment. So let me get the pause button. Operator, we're back. Oh, what? What? What just happened? What just happened? What the fuck just happened there? Why do we go um, off the record for a short time? We just went off the record. What the fuck is that about? That's interesting. Huh. All right. Operator, back out of short pause. Does anybody else have any further questions? Do you remember anything else? No, sir. That's interesting. Who paused this? The CJ guy did. Yeah, the C guy. Let's see. I wanted you. Do you have any questions, operator? This is the end of the interview. We're just gonna. You want to just pause it? Okay, just a moment, huh? So somebody, and they didn't write that. That didn't come through the text on this, but somebody must have told him to pause it because he's asking a question there. We're just. You want to just pause it? Okay, just a moment. Why are we pausing? Okay, let's see if it. See if we get any answers. Does anybody else have any further questions? Do you remember anything else? Why don't you just end the interview and let the guy go? You paused it, which means you had something to talk about. That's weird. Any other questions, comments you want to hear? No, sir. All right. Thank you very much. It's been very, very helpful. Is there anything else that you would like to add to this that you thought? So, yeah, dude, they fucking paused this shit. I don't know why they didn't just end it. They should have just ended it, but they paused it to talk to this guy, possibly thinking that they were going to come back after pausing it to continue the conversation. Whatever they talked about during that pause, they felt like they didn't want to talk about, or they didn't need to talk about. It could go either way on record. But they talked about something off record with this guy. That's interesting. Let's see. Any question, comments you want to hear? Thank you very much. You've been very helpful. Is there anything else you'd like to add to this? Anything you thought we haven't asked you? No. Okay, we appreciate your help. Our present time ending is 4:13. Reviewed by Quinteros. Let's see. So this was done, completed on the 7th of October. So yeah, they would have talked to Danley already because I think Danley came in on the 3rd, if I remember right. Oh my God, there's another one. Really? We're not done with this yet? What the fuck? How many pages is this shit? So I don't want to get involved in the fucking another one, man. It's already been over an hour. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do this right now. There's it's not a lot of pages though. Fuck it. Fuck it. I want to knock this thing out. I want to be done with this PDF. It's fucking nonsense. All right. Let's see. Date occurred. Yeah, fuck whatever. Detective Hodson. At least he's a lot better than that fucking clown. Um, and the FBI is present. Special Agent McCamey? Wait, whoa. McCamey's in. Who's doing this interview? So who's doing this interview and who's asking the dumb questions? Was this McCamey? I thought McCamey was a cop. I didn't realize McCamey was a fucking FBI dipshit. Oops. Come on. Knock it off. What the fuck was that? There it is. Oh, it's Penny. No, this isn't even the right one. Fuck me. Yeah, this is the Campos one. Is this it? Yeah, there's Special Agent McCamey. Okay, he's a special agent. The dude doing the interview is Detective Jex. Okay, it's fucking the CJ's Detective Jex. But McCamey was asking questions down here as well. Yeah, fucking. I think that was towards later. So KM is the initials of the fucking dude. Then CJ is Jex. Let's see. I want to know what the fucking FBI asked him. So Jerry McDonald asked him about the. Jerry McDonald asked him about the kids. I know that about Paddock's kids. Yeah, I was getting all fucked up in this. Okay, so what is this? So J McCaney. Okay, so, operators. No, it's Jim McDonald. Um, they all have fucking M's in their last name. What the fuck? Yeah, I don't know. He may not have asked anything. Yeah, it looks like he may not have asked anything. Maybe just kept his fucking mouth shut. Let these two dipshits fucking run the show. I mean, he asked him at the end if he's got any questions. This is GM, operator especially. We got a couple things. So you said you understand. You talked to him a little bit about personal things because you understood what he did. Oh, wow. So the FBI is actually interested. What's up, man? What's up? Oh shit! So the FBI is that's funny. So that's a little crazy, dude. The one question the FBI had for this fucking guy was about what he used to do, what Paddock used to do in the past, what his old job was. How crazy is that? That's interesting. That's interesting. Do you guys ever discuss any previous relationships that he had? Do you ever talk about other relationships that he had with his family, friends, or other women, anything like that? Okay, so you asked about that too. What else is he asking? Okay, so I think I covered that. Nothing related to politics. It seemed odd to you. You want to know about politics? You guys are religion, stuff like that. Did he have anything out of the ordinary? Would have thought was maybe a quirk, mannerisms. Okay, so he's actually asking decent questions. You ever lose temper, get angry? Okay. Seeming you're upset, anything like that. Was there anything, anybody else in the casino, the patron? Yeah. So do you ever talk to anybody else in the casino? Um, and from that time, you met him or the end. Notice any real changes in behavior? Okay. So those are legit questions. Those are questions I would expect. Again, you never run any family members, anything other than, Danley. Um, so those are intelligent questions. That's what I expect him to say. So you think his brother, okay. Do you remember meeting the brother? Let's see, you didn't meet him. He did probably by this point. Well, I don't know. I don't know when the brother actually went in there, got fucking interviewed. Let's see, anybody else he brought with him? So yeah, it's an interesting statement. With the only interesting thing about that is Jerry McDonald asking about his kids. Like, what about his fucking kids? That's crazy. That's crazy. I wonder who Paddock had kids with, because I don't know. I'm curious about that. Who did he have kids with? Who did Paddock knock the fuck up? All right, so next one. Let's see, Detective Hodson. Let's see, the Force Investigation Team. Conducting tape statement reference. Who gives a shit? Let's see, the social security number, don't give a shit. Let's see, the date and time is going to be October 10th. Okay, so this one's a little bit later. Interview is going to be conducted in Mandalay Bay. Let's see, also present for the interview is going to be Special Agent Gary McGamey. Let's see, appreciate you coming in today. Like you had a fucking choice. No problem. So we brought you in because as we're going through some stuff, your name came up. Hey, who's JC? I already did Jesus. You may witness some information of things that occurred the night of October 1st, 2017. Okay. Were you working? I was. Okay, what capacity? Is this a repeat of Jesus? Oh, no. Okay. I was on front tech, main dispatch at the time. Okay. Do you remember what occurred that night? Yes. How could you fucking not? Okay, what occurred in your own words? Oh, is this a bike officer? Yeah, this is a bike dude. First call came in was from, I don't know, whatever, saying that there's an active shooter at the Luxor, which obviously not the proper situation. Second call was from Redacted about the location as he stopped. He stated he thought he had been hit with a pellet gun. Okay, so for Jesus Campos. So wait. Second call was about the location as he stated he thought he'd been hit with a pellet gun. So Jesus Campos made a call over the radio. All right. It's interesting. Okay. Do you recall what time that might have been approximately? It was just after 10 o'clock because I know it was about 10 minutes before we were about to leave shift. All right. So that could be interpreted a lot of different ways. Oh my God, this is gonna be a long one. This fucking guy. This I've been arguing with this with somebody. Okay, so just after 10 o'clock, we don't know what that is. 10:05, 10:10. We don't know what the fuck timing that is. I mean, we could guess by the narrative, but fuck the narrative. So, I'm not sure. Let's see. Sorry, cut you off. So go ahead. Let's see. You said from the Luxor. Tell from Mister. Is that what the fuck? Sottle, Anthony Sottle. He's our manager, shift manager. Okay. Do you remember what time that was at? The same time. It was literally seconds apart. All right. So Sottle comes on saying there's a shooting at the Luxor, and then Campbell's comes on and says. I've just been shot by a pellet gun on 32nd floor. Within seconds. Okay. It's interesting. Okay, so one came in and then the other comes in, right? Whatever that means. Same time. Okay, yeah, seconds apart. Okay, so let's see. So Sottle calls in right after 10 o'clock and tells you this is Jesus. He's been hit with a pellet gun. He thinks he was hit with a pellet gun. Yeah. Okay. And did you personally take that phone call? Oh no, this isn't the bike guy. This is a different one. Or did somebody else take that phone call? Came over the radio. All right. Originally, it did come over the radio. We did get him to call us there in dispatch, give us more information, locations, information obviously for his injuries. Okay, what was he relaying? He said he was on 32nd floor. 32135, and he had been hit in the leg. All right. I guess that backs up the the statement from the dude at the dude in the elevator, fucking the head maintenance guy. He said that. He said we got 32. Yeah, said we got 32135. Let's see. He was bleeding, but he was okay. So this is probably where that generated from. And he immediately rolled paramedics, and we immediately rolled paramedics for him and contacted the police department. Told him to leave the hallway and immediately sent armed officers up there and then coordinated the AMR CCFD. Not sure what that is. Convention Center Fire Department, ambulance, medical rescue. So, but I thought Jesus said that the ambulance didn't show up because it couldn't get there. Okay, now who actually gave him those directions? You know, directions for what? Oh, the radio, what to do. Me. You did. You personally did. Uh-huh. Okay, so he's hitting the leg. He's hitting the leg. So he thinks it's a pellet gun, right? Okay, because it was small. He said what him was small, so he thought it was a pellet gun, is what he stated. Did he say? Did he hear any loud? Yes, noises, anything like that? Uh huh. He said he could hear the loud popping. It sounds like there's shots being fired. Okay, but he thinks he's hit with a pellet gun. So he knows the sound. He knows the difference between the sound of a gun and a drill. All right, I'll take that from that. Let's see. Right. Okay. Did that sound odd to you when he reports loud gunshot noises, but he thinks he's hit with a pellet gun? Yes. Yes. Okay. I presume that because the adrenaline he was experiencing, that it may have been something worse, but he just may not have felt it to that degree yet. Okay, so when you say you guys contacted AMR, did you guys call 911? Yep. Okay, we don't have that call. I don't think we have that 911 call. Okay, so you guys, do you know who called 911? I don't recall. I want to say it was redacted. Okay, redacted. Okay. Let's see. Either of the two officers in the back usually make the call. Okay. While the officer in front coordinates the units to respond. Okay. Is there any possibility that maybe we didn't call 911, that maybe we called AMR directly? No. We have a direct line right from dispatch, and it goes right to the Convention Center Fire Department dispatch, and they send AMR CCFD. Okay. So police weren't notified at this point. This is a medical call. Right. Yeah. Fucking Manly Bay must have loved this guy for that shit. Okay. All right. To my knowledge, I believe it was whatever, who contacted the police department. Okay. And do you remember at what point during all these events did he do that? It was while we were doing medical. He was doing police. Okay. All right. Okay. So, yeah, he fixed it. They called them both at the same time. So, as far as I know, so you're getting that information from Campos that he's injured. You said you responded and sent other officers up. I sent my armed officers up. Okay. Do you remember how many you sent? I sent 2 initially. Okay. Believe it was redacted with my other units to bring in emergency personnel. Okay. At that time, we didn't know what was going on, so we assumed that the injuries to wow, that doesn't seem like that redaction is Jesus, but it's got to be what it is. Oh, the first one's probably Mr. Campos. Okay. Okay. And what type of uniform does, I guess the 2 guys talking about, the security sent up, they wear the bright greenish yellow shirts. It's talking about the bike cops, right? The shorts, they're bike officers. Yeah, okay. He's talking about the bike guys. The black shorts and like bright greenish yellow shirts with a duty belt and obviously their sidearms. So He didn't send the other two guys up there. The ones that went with, he had nothing to do with the two that went up originally with Varson Hendricks. It sounds like. Okay. Did anyone that was sent up there? Were any of them wearing a suit? Was there any type of manager, or our managers do all wear suits? That would be redacted, redacted, redacted. And obviously, they also responded. Um, what now? Let's see. Spell that for me. How you spell redacted's last name? Don't care. Let's see. Okay, so those three gentlemen went as well, of course. Okay. And were there any other? So the two armed officers, three managers. Was there anybody else that went up to the floor? On the initial call, those are the ones I sent. I sent two guards. The managers automatically go, and then my other guys were setting up. However, pretty much all of my armed units went up. Wow, that's all he's got. That's all you got. Fuck, man. I figured you have a fucking army in that place. Let's see. They all start going up. Yep. Okay. All right. Were you aware? Was there any other employees on the floor? Which floor? On 36th floor? I don't know. Okay. Was there any radio traffic? He's asking about Shuck. He's asked about Shuck. Was there any other radio traffic other than that any other personnel was on the floor in the hallway with Jesus? I did as soon as we got the call saying their units up there. I know Jesus was up there. I'm guessing. I know. I'm guessing Sottle went up there. I think after they arrived is when Metro came in force. Okay, it was very quick. Okay, so you felt like it was a quick response up to the floor. Okay, I honestly think they knew about it before we did. What? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's conspiracy territory. So he's talking about, I believe he's talking about Sottle, and he's probably talking about Sottle and the managers. Um, so they knew about it before these guys fucking had a clue, because probably the L bracket call, shit like that. I'm guessing that's what that means. Okay, so because it was just too quick for him to be there. Okay, when they arrived, where did they arrive? Everywhere. Oh, he's talking about the cops? Okay. The primary place. Oh, no, he's talking about the cops. Wow, there's some conspiracy for you. That's fucking crazy. That's a crazy way of stating that. This guy's a fucking loon. Let's see. Their primary place for us to receive Metro units is a roll up door number 9, because that gives them kind of an easy way for them to get to us in our security office. And then we can take them anywhere very quickly from there. Okay. But we had Metro units arriving from every entrance. So when this transpires, can you give me an approximate timeline, if you know better or more detailed timeline of from the time? What time was it when Mr. Campos radios down that he's been shot? That was right just after 10 o'clock. Okay, so just after 10 o'clock. What does that fucking mean? Because usually around 10:15 is when we leave. So we had about 10 minutes approximately. So so around just after 10 o'clock is when the call came in. And then whatever, obviously put out the active shooter. The two calls were very close to each other, but I couldn't give you an exact minute. Oh man, see, he leaves too much room there, man. I don't like that. Like, just after 10 o'clock is usually around 10:15 is when we leave. So we had about 10 minutes approximately. It makes it sound like he's saying 10:05. So he's actually going with the narrative, it sounds like. I mean, that actually fits into the narrative. But then he says just after. I don't understand why he's saying just after, but then it's like, well, I don't know, whatever. Okay. Let's see. So you feel within the first 5 minutes after 10 o'clock, within the first 5 minutes after 10 o'clock, is that kind of where we're leaning towards, or what? 10:05, past that, before that? Probably closer 10:10, I would say. Okay. So this guy's yeah, narrative. Pretty close. Okay, because like I said, at 15 is when we usually go, and then we had almost 10 minutes. But when that comes in, you send your guys up. When you do, about that time, do you think the calls were made for 911? Probably about a minute after Jesus called us, we got the information that he was hit. We got the information to make sure. Um, is that the call to the medical, or is that the call to the police? That's medical. Okay, that's medical. Um, the police calls, I understand, was being made while two of the dispatchers up front were coordinating medical. The dispatchers in the back were contacting police department, making notifications through MGM. That's interesting. Making notifications through MGM. Huh. All right, whatever. Guys are killing me here. Okay, so in that time frame, we've got guys going up the tower. What time do you think they arrived up on the floor? This cop's getting pissed off. Um, they're probably uh, they're probably a minute, 2 minutes later. It was real quick. Uh, was a quick dispatch okay? Yeah. Did they put anything out over the radio at that point? Who? The officers that hit the floor, the armed officers. It was more traffic from, I don't know, at that point. Let's see, okay. He said everybody up on the floor. And then we started getting instructions from Metro as to where to move our people and where start evacuations, whatnot. Okay, and then at that point, were you guys being told about any gunshots, or were there any calls coming in dispatch? We were told that there were shots fired. There were several transmissions from I don't know, whoever, where we could hear the popping. Okay, so that's interesting. Are they talking about Metro, like several transmissions from Metro? They have Metro people in there? I don't know. Because you don't have several transmissions of stuff popping. We can hear most of the radios. I don't know. The only one that would have been was Campos, and Campos I don't think was on the radio that much. We don't hear a lot of it. I don't know. Whatever. Let's see. He told us, there's shots being fired now, and that's when I told him to get where. Okay, yeah. So he's talking about Campos. So you could hear the pops in the back of Campos's radio or transmission. Let's see. From where he is, get to the elevator where our guys were coming up, and obviously, so he could get out of there due to his injuries. But he had already identified the room in question. Okay. But let's see. So do you know why Campos slipped on the 32nd floor? He's assigned as one of our tower patrol units. I don't know if it was on a regular patrol or if he's responding to a hot sauce room, which is, are you familiar with hot sauce? Uh-huh. Okay. So it could have been either one, but that's why he was there. Okay, so on a regular patrol, or if he's responding, say, have regular patrols up and down the halls. Is that what he's saying? That's interesting. That's very interesting. Okay, and so when he calls down originally, he speaks to whatever. That's correct. No, he's on the radio. He spoke to me. Okay, he spoke to you on the radio, and then when he called on his phone, on the cell phone, he speaks to. Not sure who that is. Um, I'm sure somebody does, but I'm bad with names, so I don't remember. Let's see. Okay, perfect. Right. Um, is that chick that was in there? Okay, so after the police units start to arrive on scene. What transpires after that? Okay, after the initial units arrive, there was coordination on the 32nd floor, and that's when we started getting directions from Metro as to what they wanted us to do and where to move people. But it basically all from the managers at that point. Okay, all right. Is there anything that you could think of that would be helpful at this point? Let's see. There was a call that was discarded about a vehicle at Luxor, a black car with wires coming out of it. Don't know whatever happened about that. They just said it was okay. There was also a report of a shooter in the Crystal Room, which is on the casino floor. I've been there. It's it's just a little bunch of chairs and shit. I know Metro went and responded and uh, cleared everyone out and cleared the Crystal Room itself. I think we actually have that on video too. There was also reports on the 29th floor that there might possibly people involved there, and Metro responded there also and cleared that out. But I think that's pretty much the gist of it. Most of it was just communication between Metro, our managers, and officers going to different locations to move people. Okay, if that's it, I'll go ahead and end the call. Operator, same people present. PD ended interview. Okay, all right. This was reviewed by a stormtrooper again. So, all right, on the 17th. All right, so that's it for 10. Fuck, finally got through that one. That was a bitch. And that's it for this, man. Fucking 2 hours of this shit. Damn. All right, so I'm out of here. So, be safe out there. Stay out of Portland.